everyone, it's Bree with Northland Marketing. As promised, just wanted to go ahead and record this audit video for you, going over your site, a little bit of what I found, the competitors, and kind of where the gap is. So starting with your site, I love that you have the name Connecticut Dog Containment because that is a keyword, and so I think you chose that name really smart. I also do like your logo and this blue color. And the call to action right away. From a design point of view, this site, as I'm going through, there's parts that I like, but for the most part, it feels outdated. It feels less than professional. And I think that might be doing you a disservice. The menu up here is very busy. This is too far to the side. This is huge. There's a lot going on that I think could be improved design-wise. I think it's a great starting point, but I do think there is a lot that could be improved design-wise. From an SEO standpoint, there is some more work that could be done. So part of what I'm going to be going over in here is keywords. So if someone was Googling invisible dog fence CT and you had invisible dog fence CT all over your site, you're going to be really relevant for that search, and Google is going to be willing to put you higher at the top. Now, when I look through your site, I'm not really seeing that, other than, of course, your business name. I'm not really seeing keywords in here, which isn't ideal. So, we want to get keywords in the content. Typically, you want to have about 1,500 words on your homepage. You do have a decent amount of content on here, which is good. I don't think it's quite 1,500 words, but you do have a decent amount of content, so that's heading in the right direction. But we need keywords in there, and we need a little bit more of a modern design, I think, or professional design, and then that will help tremendously with the website. Now, if we did a Google search for invisible dog fence CT, this is called the map pack, and the top 3 that show up here are going to get the most amount of the work because they're easiest to find. The way you can get yourself into this top 3, 1, by having one, 2, by filling it out and interacting with this thing as much as possible. Reviews, you can post to it, filling out the services and the service descriptions and the hours and the holiday hours. I mean, like really interacting with this thing, regularly posting photos. The more you interact with this thing, the better off it's going to rank. And then 3, getting your name, address, and phone number in online directories like Yelp or Yellow Pages. That's going to really help build visibility to your brand, especially this profile. Now, the websites listed below here, these are called the organic, and it's the same thing. You want to be within the top 3. This first one here, Dog Watch of Central CT, let's take a look at their site. So right off the bat, they've got a very clean menu, which is kind of what I was talking about with your site. It was a little stressful and kind of all over the place. So rather than having services, they have products and how it works and about and stuff like this. I would recommend having a services drop down, products if you want to go that far, how it works, that type of stuff. They've got really nice photos. I love their branding and the dogs in front of it. They've got some great photos. So as we scroll down, again, they've got some nice photos and some services here, their products. This isn't necessary to do, but it does definitely up the professionalism. Kind of talks about how it works here. Some awards, which is great. Testimonials. A little bit more about why you should hire them. Some FAQs, again, which I think is important. More testimonials, calls to action, and then the bottom. And actually, this is something I wanted to mention as well. The pages that are really important to get leads from, you'll want to actually have a page for that. So they have a Guilford page, they have a Hamden page, like every orange one is clickable, and that's another way to rank. And so the towns you really want to focus on will want to make a page for those towns specifically with their own keywords. So they're doing a good job here. Now, let's take a look at the back end. This is a software I use called Eris to kind of get an idea of what they're doing. I went ahead and put Dog Watch CT into here. The second thing I want to go over is UR and DR ratings. These ratings are really important for where you fall within the Google search results. A UR rating is essentially a trust rating with Google, and a DR rating is essentially a power rating with Google. One of the main ways you can raise these numbers is through something called a backlink. Essentially, all a backlink is a shout out or a brand endorsement from another website. So if there was another website and they said, hey, Dogwatch CT, they're the best ever, check them out. Here's their website with a button, the Dogwatch's website. That's a backlink. It's just an endorsement. What's cool is I'm able to click on this and go through and see all of the endorsements they have, which are giving them power, and attain any of those for your site. Lastly, and most importantly, I want to talk about the keywords. These are the keywords that I was talking about before within the content. For example, invisible fence CT. There's approximately 80 people who Google this per month, and it gets spelled out, approximately 60. Electric dog fence CT, approximately 10. CT pet fence, approximately 10. Newtown, for example, there's approximately 100 people Googling invisible fence Newtown CT. So this is kind of important when I was talking about having those town pages. We'll want to find town-specific keywords. Not every town has them, but we'll want to know which ones. Hey, Newtown, hot topic. Lakeville CT, again, got some search volume. And so on. These are just the ones that they're going after. There's plenty more that exist. These are just some of the ones that they're going after. If we take a look at your website's ratings, your UR and your DR ratings actually have gone up. They're not at 0, which is great. There's a little bit of a gap. We would want to close this gap up here so like they're both 7 and 7. But the main thing that I'm seeing is the organic keywords. It's just not targeting a lot of organic keywords. So if we look at these, okay, Canine Fence Company CT says you're roughly in about 6th place, which isn't horrible. But then we've got, it seems like these are probably blog words. CT Pet Fence, okay, not a huge one. Electric Dog Fence CT, okay, you're in roughly 7th place. It's not horrible. But you can see there's a lot of ones that aren't super, at least location relevant. And we've got one here for Wilton, but it says you're past 10th place. And the rest of these are just kind of blog words. So we really want to decide what the important words are, get them in the content, get the website power a little bit more even, and then start dominating some of those competitors. Hopefully that is helpful, and I look forward to speaking with you further. Have a good day.